Hello, welcome to the reading room. It's Sylvie here. Today we're going to do a pick a card reading, and it's going to be on the question, who are they? The real truth about them, the part that they don't share with you. Get started and go down and pick our pile. Just take your time. Yeah, pause the video if you need more time. Okay, so I'm going to see you there. Hello, group one. Let's see what's going on with you. Oh, I'm going to put these rocks there. So I have a little bit of marks as I put ashes all over my table. So I'll put this over here as like a little message for you at the end, and let's get started. So who are they? Let's find out. So far, they seem to be a very good person, or they have good intentions, or they have good way of being or feeling. Their energy, their aura seems to be pretty good. They flow through life with ease. They seem to love put themselves out there. They check out. Yeah, they do check out what's going on, and they lean in really to check it out. So they really in tune with their surroundings and what's going on around them. Well, that doesn't sound that bad so far. So what are they like when they're all by themselves, when no one's watching or no one's listening, and they're all by themselves? So it seems like, well, they're a little bad. The devil. They have the devil, so they have this bad side. They like to do things that aren't maybe I get correct. That's one of the major words I picked up from this is correct. They also like to do things that they don't necessarily at all want to share. They kind of like put a different face on for sure. They also well, they're kind of naughty because I feel like they could be looking into things that are outside of their love interest. I don't want to say that they cheat, but they could. They could go explore. They have this side to them that they tend to need it or want it more, But they are quite naughty. So they definitely they like to react or do things in a big way. Sometimes they change, so they're not always bad. Like, they have this bad side, but then they don't always go out looking for something bad. Sometimes they just like the attention. So they're quite in that sense. Didn't expect all that. And they have a lot of ideas in their head, and they argue with themselves. So they have the yin and the yang going on them. Like, they have the little devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other. Whatever concept and however you want to put it, they have the good and the bad, and they fight with themselves to stay a good or not to do anything bad. But sometimes they're in the mood. I don't feel like they do anything. I don't get it to the point where they do things illegal, but they do things that if they can get away with it, they probably would, if they don't have to be held accountable. So they don't really go for illegal business. They don't want to be punished or held accountable for anything. So yeah, they kind of hide on that. Okay. So I'll do a little shuffling. Whoops. Oh, upside down. The whole deck's upside down. So when they talk to you, and how they and what they're thinking, and what their action versus their real action versus what they put out, like what's going on here. So far it seems like they seem to be a very decent person who knows how to work, how things work, how very wise, very open, really there to do their best. Yeah, they have this good way of being with you. They really put out their feelings, and they really let everybody know what they're all about, and they're like an open book. they don't always know what to do. Sometimes they're adventurous. They like to go places. They like to do things. They're not. They show their adventurous side. They like to explore, and they're not afraid to do things that even if they're not sure of it. They look a lot on themselves, and they know that they don't always show who they are, and they sometimes put out a different face, and they look at they kind of question themselves and wondering what's going on, you know. So one more. Oh yeah. Sorry, just there we go. So they really show that sometimes they don't have everything perfect. They don't have everything doing well, and they also like to create and to succeed, and they live life to the fullest. They always want to accomplish and to go ahead. So when they're talking to you, and they tell you that they know, and they feel that this might be a good way to go, and they have this feeling that they're going to leave and go someplace, but they're not quite sure about how it's going to turn out, but they're going to succeed, and they put everything behind just to live the moment. They don't look ahead, they don't look behind. They stress a little, but they don't show that, or maybe they do, but I guess they do show it. They do stress a little, but they really succeed, and they show that how well they do. So what are they really thinking? And when the part that you don't know, like when they act like this, what are they really thinking? What are they really feeling? Let's compare the two. So what do they really feel? Not this one. They're dreamy. They just dream this up. They just I feel like it's almost what I would call they like to bullshit a little bit. It's kind of like they're dreamy. They dream up all this stuff, and but they say it, but it's just whatever on the whim, like whatever comes up to them on the whim. They don't really think that deep or really know that much. They just, yeah, whatever comes up in their mind is what they're going to say, and they make it sound good. They have a very good way of talking. Are they adventurous, like they say? Oh yeah. Well, they are, but they hold themselves back sometimes. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. They're not like completely, oh, I'm going to go jump in and do whatever. No, they do weigh their option. But most of the time, if they do something that's adventurous or out of the ordinary or just on spontaneous, it's always something for them. They like to have that exchange, the give and take. They don't do anything for free. They will do some, but they need to have a purpose or a reason, or something comes out of it for them. They're not just that spontaneous or that adventurous. So yeah, let's find out about the rest. But basically they do go ahead and there are end results are the same. They think what they want, and they go ahead and do it. And they may not share their complete honest thoughts. They make themselves seem a little bit better than what they are. They make it seem like they just randomly will go do things, but they really have a purpose to it. Might not be 100% all for them, but it's definitely something for them. But they are successful. They do succeed in what they're going to do, and then when they decide to do something, they do rise to the occasion, and they go ahead and do it. They're very smart. They're very wise, and they're very able. So they don't hold back from doing and succeeding. So they're quite a character, actually. So this is the part, before I read it, I just want to say that this is their dark side or their light side, or how they handle it, like their negatives and their positives, like what's going on with them. Well, I'll tell you something. They're pretty, when it comes to their feelings and their dark side, they're pretty good. They know what they want, but they don't seem to be like bad in any way. They're more productive than not. They're definitely caring about their friends. They do care. They do take care of their friends, and some are in secret and some are out. They have very, very close friends, but they won't share the two worlds with them. So they have good feelings for their variety of friends that they collect, So they don't share those. They're probably their badness down here that they don't share. They have some friends that they go visit. I don't know. Just kind of half teasing, I guess. But definitely, they're also someone who does what they say. So even though they embellish and even though they make themselves look better and basically they do what they say. They go ahead and so for having something negative on them, like if they're negative or there's something that should be a warning sign or they don't have any. They're just a regular basic person that goes through life doing the best they can, and they have their ups and downs, but they're very solid as a person, and how they feel and think is very healthy and well balanced and stuff like that. Just because they have some badness to them doesn't mean that they don't know the difference, and they're not willing to go too far with it anyway. Let me see. Yeah, they do judge their situations and stuff. They're level-headed. They like I said, they balance their stuff. They judge their situation. They assess it. They go and do things after they figured it out or research. Yeah. So that way they're nothing. No warning signs. No trigger. No nothing. Just a little bullshit. Oh my God, I'm being bad. But just a little something here. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to need to censor my words or not, so that's funny. So here, yeah. So what are they like every day? Like they're every day. When they're just chilling out or doing their thing, they seem to, create what they want, do what they want. They just pretty basic in their everyday lives. Like when you know them as a person that they definitely know what they're doing. They're definitely someone that people listen to, and they go ahead and they're quite strong. They're quite strong personality, quite strong in their actual work, and quite strong in their ideas and their convictions. They always act. They always do what they say. That is one thing you can count on. They're not wishy-washy when it comes to that, and they love deep. They do love. Like when they love someone, they love someone. It's 100%. They cherish them. So what is it that they don't show? Like, well, actually we put it here, but I just want to know if there's something else. So let's find out more about this one, because I want to know more about the Devil card. Like how does it affect this part here? Yeah, well, they will rethink think themselves often, and they will try, like they will figure it out. They stress sometimes when they're being bad. They rethink or work on it. Like they don't want to hurt anyone, and they don't want to do anything that would damage anyone in any way, for sure. But sometimes, like if they're with someone, they'll try to be better. But if they're single, then that's a whole different story. I mean, you know, but when they're with somebody, when they love someone, they try to rethink their badness. They try to be good. I'm not saying that they are all the time, but they try. Okay. Well, I think that's it for that. Yeah, I'm not getting any more. Well, no. Okay, so I'm going to pull out this card here and see what's going on. Oh, to be fair. So that's the message to you. To be fair. Be fair on the fact that you know what you just heard. And don't overjudge them. Like, really be fair on what you're thinking. Because now you're going to go see this person. That's the message I'm getting, right? You asked about this person, and now you might see them in a different light. And they're saying be fair on their action. Like, be fair on how you treat them. Because it's going to take some work. Because they have a lot of good. And you have to figure out when they're, what's true and what's not with these people. And so it's going to take you some practice to decipher them. Oh my goodness. Okay, group 2. Let's see what's going on with you. I have a little, I'll put that here. I have a little message I'm going to put on the side for later, and let's just get going. So the question is, who are they really? You know, like you see one way, and do they act that way? Is it the real them? Let's find out. So far, they seem to be a very, very happy person. Things are great. They have a bright future. They see things in a good way. They also, I feel like they believe in the law of attraction. They meditate. I feel like they're huge into nature, and they love the unknown, or the old ways, or like history. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. They're into history, and they love the history of and the old knowledge, and it's kind of like a little passion of theirs. And also nature. Nature seems to be big, and peace and contentment and all that good stuff. So they're very happy. So what is it that they show or don't show you? I guess when they're alone, when they're all by themselves. What's going on here? Well, they stress. They stress over wondering, what's going on. Sometimes they look at things and it's kind of like a little bit depressing. Like they see that maybe they're missing out on something, or they didn't obtain something, and they forget about what they have good. So when they're alone, they start to think about what they missed. Also, but then they do know that they do manifest or create whatever that's in their past. So they're a little hard on themselves. They when they're by themselves, they think about what they need to do, how they need to do, and plan to do it. So they really a thinker, and then they think up what they're going to do next, and then they're going to go do it. They fulfill their whims on, but it's when they're by themselves they do this. And first they usually go into this, I don't have this, poor me, I don't have that, or I missed out on that. And then they go, well, what's next, or how can I fix that, or how can I obtain it? So they're really like a person that thinks a lot, and goes into their own minds and soul and heart. They're very deep. Okay. Oh, I didn't take out the deck. Let's pull out a few. Let's pull out a few more. So now I'm going to ask about how they are what they say and do, and then what's the real them. Like let's do the comparison of the two. Like what they say versus what they mean, what they think. So, there you go. They're both there. So here, well, they put out that they're very smart, very capable. They put out their best foot. They put out their their strongest points. They feel that they need to be a type of person that's strong and secure. Oops. But you know what? They feel like they can handle themselves, and they've done well. So what they show is what they are, you know. So they feel they've done well, and they want to present. They want to put their best foot out. They want to present that they're doing good, but at the same time, they feel like they've done good. So they're very proud, and so their honesty pops up because that's how they feel. So their action towards someone or you or others, and how they act like, and what's the truth. And this is upside down, the whole deck. Okay, this one here, I'll just flip it over this way, I guess. Oh, right here. So here, they try to be as fair as possible. Very fair. They try to be the best, you know, make the decisions right, act accordingly, weigh their options, don't offend. They do the best they can, and but in their minds, they sometimes think about, they drift off. So they try to give a full attention and try to, you know, be good, but they go on their own minds, and they go thinking, and sometimes they may answer you and not really, they didn't really hear you. They just, you know, those type of questions, or just something that seems to go along, because they're quite smart, so they know how to let you think they're listening, and they went on their own minds. They have no, so that's one thing they do. It's not mean, it's just that they're so busy, preoccupied, and they just go in there. But they try not to, but they do it. So they're overall, well, they always like their opportunities. Funny. They always they like to put out the fact that they love their opportunities, can't wait to be social, can't wait to go join, can't wait to go do. But in reality, they just want to stay home. They're a loner. They like to relax and meditate, like I said, and they like to see they're all by themselves on the mountain, checking out the moon, and just taking in everything. And here they're in their own minds, thinking again and stuff like that about how good they are and what they're going to do. And here they're letting you know that they're there ready and willing to go do things and be social and go do events and whatever. But in reality, no. Well, that's not bad. A lot of us are like that. Okay, so this is now the negative and the positive of what they do. Well, one of the things they have is that they hold back. They hold everything in. They don't share their feelings. They don't care to share their feelings. That's one thing that they have. Like, you're not going to get to know them easy. They're not going to let you into their house or into their soul or into their thoughts. They're just not. They're very closed up. And they've been hurt. They've been hurt before. So they're protect themselves. They're not going to let you grab a hold of their heart, or they're pretty protective, and they're a little damaged, but they don't like to show that. They put their best foot out, their best personalities, but they're not going to share that at all. And but you know what? They do their best with what they got. So they don't burden someone with their pain or with their wanting to be alone. They'll never let someone feel that they're not welcome, or they'll never let anyone feel bad. They just go ahead and follow and make everybody happy, and for them it's just as easy to do that, and follow, like put themselves out there, and let you know that they want this, that they want to join. It's just easier to do that. So that's all they're not really being honest about so far. So so what are they like on their everyday what's going on with that, their everyday thing? Oh, they're in love, or they want to be in love, or no, that's too many cards. There's something to do with lovers. They love themselves, or they want, but I don't feel like that. I feel like they maybe love themselves. They love who they are, but I feel like they love to be with somebody. Yeah, they love to be with somebody. They definitely want to balance their lives and be whole. And so if they're with somebody, then if you're with them, you know, they want to be good. They want to balance that in a good way. But they're always searching. They're searching for love. I don't feel like they found the right person yet. They're looking for someone. Yeah, that is one thing they're doing in their day. And they're, and they're it's not hidden. They're not hiding it. So if you're with them, then they search for you. If you're just somebody that's wondering about someone, like about them, well, they search for love. They look for that. See if there's something else. Oops, yeah, there is. Yeah, they're quite capable too. It's not like they're quite capable of finding someone they love. It's just that they want to find the right person, and they take in their time. They're really wanting that in their lives. Even though they were hurt, they're going to work through their own business at their own pace. They're not going to share that though. And you know what? That doesn't seem like a bad person whatsoever. They have a lot of good. And if there was anything negative that was going to show up, it would have showed up. For sure. It would have showed up here. It would have showed up here. And it would have showed up here. So and nothing showed up. So they're pretty good. And they're pretty honest, because you don't have to tell everybody your business, and you don't have and just because you like to be alone doesn't mean you have to tell everybody. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot your card. TikTok, time is now. If you're wondering something about this reading, and if you're here for a reason and you're wondering about this person because you have some interest in them, it says TikTok. It says time is now. So take the occasion. So if this is a person of interest, go for it. And if there's a reason that you need to talk to the person, it's time now to do so. Okay, group 2, what's going on? Let's go see what's going to happen. I'll put this over here, and we're going to start with who are they really, and we're going to find out all about them, all their truths. So they're definitely someone who thinks a lot and always likes to plan, or always like to do something. They're very they have a lot of thoughts, and sometimes they talk to themselves, by the way. It's not that they when they're alone, sometimes they do talk to themselves, but they don't answer themselves. So that's a good sign, But they have a lot of decisions to make, and a lot of time they put into that. And also, they always wait for their opportunities. They always want to do things. They're very active, and I get right off the bat that they love pretty things or nice things. They love to obtain worldly possessions of some kind, and they also love clothes, designer clothes, not just any clothes. I get that from them. So that's interesting. So, this way. Well, there's 4 cards. I'll put that here and put this here. So here, they're romantic. They when they're alone and no one knows about them, they think about what they want. What is it that they like? So if they're fantasizing over someone, or they're romanticizing about their future, or if they're with someone, their friends, like their date or their partner, what they could do for them, how they could be, what they could offer. Is there nice gifts for someone? Wow, they're really someone caring and loving, and when they're on their own, that's what they're thinking about. They often stress over love. They stress over it quite a bit, and sometimes if they're, for those who are not with them, like, because I don't know if this is a partner you're asking about, or just curious. But if you're not with them, this person has choices of several dates, or several wants to be on several dates, or has several different dates, like with different people. But they stress over love. They don't know. They don't want to make the wrong choices. They want to be with the right person. So yeah, they're not that good with it. They haven't had much luck with love, so they kind of like, they're very careful with that. They just don't give themselves. Also, they stress a lot. They have two sides to their personality. This is a very moody person. They can flip, and they can give and take. They can be nasty. They can be real good. Yeah, they're very, very moody, and it doesn't take much to make them moody. They don't like to show that to people. They hide it. They keep it to themselves. But if you were really close to them, you may find that out. Yeah, and it's pretty intense. It's not a joke. So they really try to keep it to themselves, and they don't share it with others, because they know that that's not something that they should put out there. It's not something good, and yeah, they don't. So that's not so bad. Well, unless, I don't know, Moody's a little hard sometimes, but it's, so here, how they act, should tell you first. This is how they act and think, and versus what they really are thinking and saying in their minds, like how they are, like, and what they do, and what's the real truth in it. So this person here likes to create, likes to do everything, can handle all of it, feels like they're on top of the world, and no matter what they do, they'll be successful, and that's what they put out. Too many cards. So what is that? What's the truth on that? In reality, they're worried, they're timid, they're shy, they have a hard time putting themselves out there. When it comes to doing things, they're a little chicken, like kind of thing. Get scared, not I'm joking, but it could be, that they are shy, and they are timid, and they have a hard time, so they put out that they can do whatever they want. They're quite brave, actually. I call them little chicken because the way they come out in the card, but in reality they're quite brave, because they don't let you know that they overcome their fears. They definitely shine, and meanwhile inside they're so uncomfortable, and with the confidence isn't there, and yet that's what they show you. So this is the real them. You see that, and this is what they show. So they're really out there, and really doing whatever they can do, and no worries, sharp dress, or putting themselves out there. But in reality, they're hiding with candles. So pretty brave. Not everybody can do that, that's for sure. They probably don't give themselves enough credit. So what else is there here? I feel it coming, sorry. I like to have the spirits give the cards. I don't like to, Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I do that. So, they're social. They love people. They really enjoy hanging out with everybody, doing a whole bunch of things. And they're worldly. Yeah, so they're quite worldly. They just love everything. They love history, they love learning, they love going out, they love people, they love travels. They themselves have done lots. They read a lot of books, or they've been online surfing, or they've actually traveled and been in places. They've been in a lot of the museums, the art galleries. They seem to be like, but they don't. I don't pick up sports, and I don't pick up like as if they've been like in the water activities. Don't pick those up. There seem to be more serious landmarks of type things, like I don't get like they didn't climb a mountain or anything like that. I don't find them sportive at all. Like it's mostly educational and a lot of logic, and that's what I pick. And they're very social. They love to share. They love to share their knowledge and what they do. So they're a pretty honest person so far, besides the fact that they don't like to show their weakness. So what else is there for them? I don't rush the reading, because it's you know, I want to get the most out of it. Here, well, they're a thinker. They definitely think, but do they ever stress? So they think a lot, they plan a lot, and they stress over it. So they're a thinker, a planner, and not a thinker. I keep saying thinker, but they're a planner, and then they stress over what they thought, you know, and a lot of times they try to run back. Like, so they may plan something and then they want to take it away. They may tell you, oh, let's go do this, let's go do that. In reality, they're running backwards and saying, I better go home. I better maybe get out of this. Or how am I going to get out of this now that I've said that? Now that I've done this, how do I get out of it? So they plan to do big, but in reality, they're kind of like, eh. But that kind of goes with this card too, right? They really put themselves out, but in reality, that's what they feel, you know. But because they put themselves out, they create this worldly person, because they force themselves to go do and be social and plan. So they're pretty honest. Even, I mean, not everybody's going to share everything about who they are, right? And I find that they really try their best. I find that this is a good person. You know, trying to be as honest as they can be. That's what I'm picking up. This is their negative and positive. They're very if that was going to be negative, is that they finish up something, they're done with it. If that was to be negative. They also they join groups, they join activities, and then when they're done, they're done. So they're kind of like abrupt. Like, so just because you go out and you do something with them doesn't mean that you'll do something with them again. Like, you know, it's just whatever is happening doesn't mean that it keeps going. They could be your friend one day, and the next day not even see you again for a long time, if ever. No. Ah. Oh, 3 cards. Well, they have lots to say. Yeah, they are pretty fair. They try to do the best they can. They try to hang on to their friends. They try to think of things to do with them. It's not like they throw them away. They try, but it stresses them out. It stresses them out to do all this stuff, but they throw themselves in there. They go, and they just don't know how to keep friends. They don't know how to keep friendship. Like, so it's not that they purposely not see you again, but that is a negative trait of theirs, how they just drop people after they're done something. Is because they just don't know how to go give that person another try, hold on to them. They get really, really stressed, and they have no idea how to keep friends. That's all. That's what they are. But that kind of goes again with this card, and again with this card. See, there they are. That's the true. That's his true. The person's true insides, right? And they constantly battle that. They don't let that win. So you know, they have a lot of other good stuff. So to find out more. Oops. Well, actually, I'm going to take them. I feel like they belong, so I'm going to take them. So put them back, but it felt like it needed to be out, and yeah, no. So I feel like this one belongs with. No, I guess not. I guess it's this one here. Sorry, I'm getting vibes. I'm getting. I go with what I feel. It doesn't matter. I'm being told that like I feel like this is it. So I just go with what I feel. So this is how they are on their everyday lives, is that they seem to be very, very able, very content, very knowing, very happy. Nothing really bothers them. They don't mind helping people, you know. They do stress a lot, though. That's just part of them. And but they succeed whenever they need to do what they like to be helpful, and if they can do something for you, they will. They really, the thing about it is, this is I know why this card was meant to come out, is because this is their strength. No matter when whenever they feel uncomfortable and bad, you know, this is all their feelings that they work through, and they have this strength that gets them through all these feelings. So they're very they're really a person that is very stressed, and they work hard on it. So yeah, they're a good person though. So find out about this. It says observe. So watch them if you want. Check them out, learn, understand them. You know, they're a pretty good person, and you'll enjoy them, and you'll realize that they become a good part of your life if you take time to get to know them. Okay, group number 4. Let's see what's going on here. So the question is really, who are they? Let's find out. So this is a person that's able, capable, well balanced. They go through life enjoying their lives. They enjoy what they do, and they totally go through life at their own pace. I tell you, you're not budging this person. This person's going to do what they want when they want. No problem. And they're going to take their time at it too. So if you don't like slow people, then this isn't the one for you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so this is what they don't show you when they're all by themselves at home, and they're all in their own spot all by themselves, is that they sit there and they think about they do think. They're very strong. Why does it tell me that? They dream. They dream a lot. They dream about a lot of things. What they can obtain, what they can have, how they can go about doing it. They try to understand. They try to figure it out. They want to know how everything works. Yeah, they're really thinking. They take in everything that goes by them, and they're constantly doing that. What's ahead? What do they need? What do I need to continue? So they really question themselves. They want so much. Very ambitious. Completely ambitious. Like they want lots. But when they're by themselves, they're thinking about all what they need to do and what they want and how and what they need, you know? So, and they don't share that with people, what they want. I mean, their wants. That's between them. So, okay. So there's 3 cards. Okay. So here they have. This is the what they show you, like what they say to you versus what they really mean, like what they're acting like versus what they wish they could do, or you know, like what they show you and what is inside of them, you know. And here, this one here seems to have a medium, a balance. They're pretty balanced so they have both. They are definitely someone who dreams a lot and don't always obtain. So they show you the side that they're a little bit eccentric, or a little off, or a little bit different, or they have this way of being that's not quite in the norm of what you would expect, or you know, they beat their own drums type thing. They're what they want to do, right? So you're not really going to influence them for sure. And then also, but they try. That's the thing, is like what they show you is they try to be like everyone else. They try to fit into the pile. They try to be like everyone, and but they're not, and they don't. They show that side, but what they really want is to show opposite. And so they work really hard at to try to balance both of their ways. Like, they know what they show, they know what they do, they know that people think that they might be a little bizarre or a little strange, or not quite in the norm of what you would expect, or fit in the group, or they're socially on another level, you know. Like they really try to blend in and try to be like everyone else in their circle, but they have this own way, this own idea. They're so ambitious that their mind thinks and plans and understand things that we may not, you know. So they're very intelligent, but socially awkward maybe, or not fitting in as well. And they really try hard to balance that and make it less noticeable. So that sometimes it makes it worse, but they really work on that. And no, they're not someone that's I don't, they're not like weird or anything like that. That's not what I mean. They just have their own personality. This is what they show you, is that they don't care, that they're not going to let you in. It's if they're taking a break from things, they'll take a break. Oh my goodness, they're really complicated. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they want. And so they're not going to let anybody budge them. So they have this attitude. They put out this attitude. They'll put you outside, and they don't care about what you think or what your opinion. They'll close the door or close the window, and they'll go to sleep. Like, in other words, I'm not listening to you. I don't care what you got to say, what you got to do. That's what they put off. But in reality, they work really hard to fit in and to be part of it and everything. But because they're working hard, they're not going to let you know. They're like, whatever, you know. A lot of times they actually put themselves up high so everyone can look at them and wonder goodness. So they work really hard at making themselves really be good. But this is what you get at. This is what you feel, and this is what they are, and this is what they put out. So you kind of get a piece of this, and then they put this out, and you wonder like what are they all about? They're quite complex. They're very smart, though. They're really smart. They have absolutely a lot of ideas. They're a thinker. They're in their heads a lot, and they believe in a lot of things. They believe in themselves. They believe in their ideas. They believe in you. They believe in what's being said. They're a person that will be honest and true and share their opinion or put their knowledge out there. So they're not like they're very, like I said, they're very kind, but they're also knowledgeable and very smart. You know, they just have this little bit of social awkwardness that they try to hide. That's what I get. So nothing bad about them so far. So here's find out what is negative about them, what is their positive side, what negative side, dark side, lights, you know, what's going on. Well, on their dark side or the light side is that they do what they're going to do. So I guess it's not really negative, but for somebody else it might be, because you can't get through to this person. This person is the way they are, and they're going to be the way they are, and they're not going to change for no one. So if they've decided to do something, that's what they're going to do, and they don't care what you think, and that's it. That's going to be this way. So they don't care what you think. You can't change that for them at all. So they're definitely a dreamer, and they're a doer. So they always go on their way. They dream their lives. They dream what they want to do. They really work hard at it, and they also do it. So they're a doer. They follow their own lives. So maybe they're selfish because they don't let anyone else in. They're stubborn because they don't, they're if they're negative traits, they dream about their own lives and their own business and their own wants, and they do it exactly. So they don't sway. So they're very all about them. So that would be their most negative trait. It would be that they're kind of selfish when it comes to their lives and sharing it. But you know what? They're very successful, or will be very successful. Very happy. And yeah, and it'll be ongoing. So for them, this all works. They're a very happy person, and even if they have this awkwardness that they try to hide, the rest of their lives is A1. Like they succeed more than you can imagine. They go farther than most people in life. They make lots of money. They change their lives to the better. They're always creating, and they're always they're quite wise. They listen to what they need to listen to, and they take it along, and they take all their opportunities. They work hard. They have strings. They'll use them. If they have connections, they'll use them. But they're pretty honest and hard worker, and yeah. So this person is like that. That's all I'm getting out of it. So there's nothing bad about them, just little awkwardness. Not for you, they say. So this person may not be for you. They may not be what you want. The door seems to be closed on it. It seems like that's not your time with them, or not your cup of tea. You don't want to play chess with them. You don't. I don't know what's written in there. Anyway, but yeah, everything seems to be pretty close for you. This is not someone that you really would prefer to have in your life, I guess. Number 5, let's see what's going on with you. I love the sounds of these. I know. Crazy. I know. So I'll put that over here. And let's see. Oh. So what are they all about? Well, let's find out, because it's not starting off good. Something about them that's off. So I don't get that. Oh, I get I don't get good. Okay. I'm just going to let that move along. I don't find this person good. I don't know. Let's find out more, because something's not right here. So what they don't share when no one's around. They seem to have all their emotions intact. They seem to be emotionally stable and good, and they definitely have. They go ahead and do what they want, I guess, or sometimes they have thoughts of what they want to do, and they plan it, or they don't plan it, they just go do it. So they have they search for ideas. They want to better their lives. They kind of want to do even better than what they have. They want to grow intellectually. They want knowledge. They want to do something that betters themselves, betters their lives. Yeah, and they're waiting for that. They're waiting for their opportunity to do good, to do better. Yeah, so they want to improve. So I still don't know what this is about. It wasn't good. I didn't get a good feeling. But so far, the way they're acting is that they want to better themselves, and they want to do good, and they got themselves intact. So they may have a past that's attached to them that wasn't good, and they're moving on and fixing it. So let's find out more. So, yeah, so this is how they act versus what they really mean, or what they really are about. So you're going to get the version of what they let you know, and the version that the honest thing that they're dealing with, or how they are, or what they're thinking. So so that's one. Now let's find out the other way. So they're showing their honesty to you, and that they're always ready to go, and they're quite the honest person. They show here that they're honest, and they're doing their lives and happy and content with what they're doing, and very fulfilled. And even if they don't know everything, they're on their way, and they love to have people there on their side or be with them. And how they are inside is pretty much the same. They wish for a certain way of life, or they wish to be they have certain feelings, and they're pretty good. They feel good. They're actually honest. So yeah, they show up as honest, and they are honest. So this is them being quite sincere, actually, quite taken. They listen. They stand back. They definitely have something they know, and they like, they're all about doing the right thing. And what you don't know is that they'll take time out to rethink what they thought was right. So they come off as someone who knows someone who knows everything, and is quite determined that they know, and they light up their path, and they let you know that it's safe, or it's good, or things are all right. They have this strong personality. But yet, you know what? They don't mind rethinking it, or they're constantly rethinking. So make sure that they do good, and they are listening to their intuition, and making sure that it's right on par. So they definitely work on being honest, and work on being good. And so what they show, they're even better. They're even better of a person than what they're actually showing you. Wow, eh? Okay. So they showed you that they're hurt. They don't mind telling people that they got over a bad situation. They got over a breakup recently, or or a bad one, or they've been holding on to it, and there's all their stuff. They are someone who's very they wear their heart on their sleeve type thing. They're very kind, very willing and able to help others. And a lot of times they just go in too fast, and they just didn't know what to do after. So they jumped into a relationship that was quite fast, and they didn't realize what they were getting into, and they realized the mess they were in, and then didn't know what to do. So that could be this one here. That could be like this situation here that they're dealing with, and they're not willing to say it. They're not willing to share it. They're willing to say that they got hurt. They're willing to share the fact that they're getting better, that things are better, but they're marked. But they're not willing to go into all the details about it. They're not willing to tell you everything. They want to keep that to themselves. So, and that could be very well this card, because I felt like this wasn't good at all, and it really is. It stays, and was quite strong. It is quite strong, and so is this. I'm getting the same feeling here, that this is quite strong. So this relationship must have been horrible. Either they acted horribly in it, or they were taken in and then reacted horribly in it. They went with the good intentions, and then realized that their nastiness came out, and that's what I'm picking up, and didn't know what to do about it. So both of them may not have acted right. So this is something in their past, like I thought, like I was picking up, that it was their past, and they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to tell you about it. It's none of your business. That's how they feel. That's what I'm getting. It's quite strong too, almost nasty. This is their negative and their positive. Well, they don't seem to have any negative right now. Their negative is that they love fast. If that can be a negative, is that they love deep. they're clingy, they like to hold on to the person they love, they're needy. So if that's a negative for you, then that's what it would be, because they really hold on to their love, and that would be the obsession, I guess. They get obsessed over the person, so that would be what they didn't know how to act, because they hold on to their love. Now we understand. Now this picture's coming more clearer. So if they're a person that's going to love you, or be in your life, and they hold dear to you in some way, they're possessive and jealous and all that good stuff, but of an extreme though. And they definitely succeed in it too. So they not only do they feel this way, they succeed in being possessive. They go all the way in. So this is not someone that you would want to have in your life if they decide to take that trait in. Let me see. Are they better? Yeah, they know it. They know they're that way. They do know it, but they're healing. Oh, there's more message for you. Yeah, there you go. And it popped out of the deck. They're healing. I felt like they understood everything, but here's the healing card. They are all intact. They heal. They definitely, they know what to do and how to do it. They're so much better. They're not who they used to be. Although it's still in them and could be this way, they work hard not to be that way, and they actually succeeded. So when they're acting in that manner, they know how to control it and put it in the right place. So they don't want to talk about their past, because they know that was a real sensitive spot. So anyway, let's find out about the outcome. Like, how are they every day? Like, how are they in their everyday lives? What are they like now? What are they doing? What is it? What is it? Oh, there's a whole bunch. They seem to have so much to say. So I'm going to pull this one. They're scared to make the bad choice. Oh, wow, there seems to be so much talk. They seem to have like a lot. They're a person that worries about making the wrong decisions. They really want to do good, and they try. See, they worry. They can't see, and they're afraid to cut themselves, but yet they want to be so good. They got the wings in the back, and they're dressed in pink, which is someone that's content and serene and peaceful, and so they try to do it. They're soft, so they try to make the right decision, but they're so afraid. They want to do so good. They want to be on top of the world and being strong and listen to the intuition. And here they try to do their best. They try to go around, and they still stress over the fact of what they went through, and they don't want to go through it again. So when they get close to someone, they worry that they're going to do it again, or it's not going to work out or something. But yet they work so hard to be so good. So that's what it is about them. And what about your message for you? A new life. Ah, my goodness. So this person seems to me like they're someone that you would enjoy being with, or around, or starting new with. And if this is not a love question, because you're wondering about this person, and it's someone that is a dear friend, or you want to help this person, they seem to be worth the investment for sure. They worked so hard on themselves. And I'll just pull one card for you extra. Yeah, see, you have the wings again, and the butterflies with this transformation. The high priestess understands how it works. The universe is with you. They're there to protect you, and they're also there to show you the way. So this is definitely someone who would be good, even if they have a bad past, because they're really working on their honesty. What they show is what they are, and they don't hide the fact that they had something bad that went in their past. They just don't want to talk about it because they tried so hard to put it away. and they really want to do good, and they're just so afraid. But they healed, and they did good, and they are good, and they will be, the next person that's with them is going to be happy. It's just that is such a mark on them that it's if it comes out, they feel like it would damage them because it was so horrible, And I don't mean that they hurt the person. I mean the whole obsessive was extreme.